Okay, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, September 21st, 2021, and with that, at 10 a.m., we are calling to order the Board of Commissioners meeting. If you would, please rise with us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time, we will accept any public comment for items not appearing on our agenda today. Is there any public comment at this time? Okay, seeing none. We will also mention, this is a new piece that's going to be on our agenda going forward, and this is for the board as much as the public, but with the passage and enactment of Acts 65 of 2021, no discussion or action will be allowed for any item not included on our published agenda unless the item is one of an emergency nature or is de minimis in scope and does not require funding, authorization, and/or a contract or agreement. And if we were to add something to the agenda the day of the meeting, a majority vote of the board is required to add an item. And all provisions of Act 65 regarding requirements for updating a published agenda after the meeting are in effect. So if we would add anything to the agenda, we would update our agenda on our website to notify folks of that. So we just want to be clear going forward, or just to have any discussion, or if there's any questions about what that would look like. We don't need to add anything today, but
like if it were somebody's birthday and we were going to sing happy birthday and it's not on
That's
the
fair.
agenda,
that's fair.
it would be okay?
That'd be,
All right, is that de
well,
minimis?
I don't, you know what?
Okay.
We may have to consult our solicitor.
Okay,
I don't
all right,
know,
just
yeah.
let us know if we run afoul sometime, because sometimes
Sure.
we do wander off.
Can
and
talk about
celebrate.
one of the wonderful festivals in Center County?
Oh, I think as
Hey,
long as we don't
Good.
take action.
Hopefully, all right.
I don't know, yeah, I don't know. I think we in Center County government have been great with, being transparent and open. If we do need to add anything, we give heads up. But there are some, unfortunately, municipalities in the Commonwealth that may not be so much. So I think we'll be good, but just want to note that for the record.
All right.
So with that, we'll move into our meeting minutes from our work sessions and also our meeting last week. Would be a motion to approve those sets.
Motion to approve the minutes from the Board of Commissioners meetings and work sessions.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion has carried. Okay. We'll move into our proclamation section for our agenda, and we are honored to have with us Vern Squire today. We'd like to please welcome you up to the table here, Vern, and join us if you would.
Morning.
Morning, Vern.
Morning.
So, we had the opportunity last week to share with the community and the chamber the state of the county. It's something that the CBICC has hosted for nearly a decade. It's given us as commissioners the opportunity to share our progress and the work that we've done in the past and in the future. And we, at the tail end of it, we presented you with a proclamation just recognizing the service that you've provided to our community. And we wanted to invite you here today to be able to formally do that, formally approve the proclamation, but also to just give you your due here at our Board of Commissioners meeting. We've had a lot of partnership over the last decade and just wanted to highlight your service in front of everybody. And so we wanted to welcome you here, Vernon. Maybe turn it over to you for some comments or any thoughts that you wanted to share today, and we'll go from there.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, and to the group and certainly the county at large. You provide such a valuable service to the community. I don't know at times that people really recognize what you all do and the intensity with which you do it and the conviction. So I applaud that. As it relates to this opportunity for me personally, thank you. I really do appreciate this from the bottom of my heart. I think that's, this moment is indicative of what partnerships can be about between the public and private sector, and just really spanning the community, county, region, our influence of things that you do and some of the things that we've been beneficial enough to be involved in do have reach and impact. And we just hope you can keep that going forward. I know you will. Certainly my successor will be pointing him in the right direction. And but again, thank you for the recognition. I do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Vern, I just want to tell you, well, thank you for your service to the chamber and to the citizens of Center County. But I just want to say, one of the things that I really have to remark on is that you have been really, really fundamental at making sure all of Center County is recognized in your efforts, and I think that's a really strong basis for us to support the chamber and its efforts, not only in the past but going on into the future. And I think that's a real plus and a real feather in your cap about the way you've managed. And I was reminded just last evening about one of your initiatives, and and it was the center. What's with the school districts?
Center Ready.
The Center Ready. Yes, thank you. I was drawing a blank, and it really has. That was an initiative done under your watch, and it really has made a difference in the educational environment of our communities, and it just demonstrates that you have 5 school districts that are all recognizing the importance of getting students ready for the work environment, and you've been an element in that. And there's just so many other things we could mention, but everything just in totality, you've led the CBICC and Center County into a very good place. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been great working with you, Vern. I started working with you as soon as you came to Center County when I was in the private sector. Now we're working together in government. Another initiative that you've worked very hard on that I wanted to highlight is the agricultural tourism, the Ag Ventures here in Center County. Very valuable initiative because not only does it assist with tourism, not only does it assist our agricultural companies, but it kind of doubly reinforces job creation. The visitors come to Center County, use our usual hospitality channels, but then in addition, they're actually purchasing products that are grown, processed, manufactured right here in Center County. And we've got a lot of wonderful places all throughout the entire county to Steve's point, that benefit from these initiatives that the CBICC has assisted with. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that.
We know that from your past, Vern, farming is in your blood, and is perfect segue, as Commissioner Higgins mentioned, but it's in your blood. And as you know better than anybody, you plant seeds that sometimes you see the fruits and the labor of, sometimes you don't. And so we know that there are going to be many things that you've planted over your 10 years here in Center County that will blossom and will provide fruit for our community after your tenure is over. And so I think that's really meaningful, and that's a testament to anybody who makes an impact and an indelible legacy on the work they do and the labor of love that they provide when they come to work every day. So thank you. On behalf of the citizens of Center County, we have this proclamation before us, so we'd like to take action at this time. So we'd look for a motion.
Sure. Motion to adopt Proclamation number 29 of 2020, expressing appreciation for Vern Squire's years of service as the President and CEO of the Chamber of Business and Industry in Center County, finally known as the CBICC.
I will gladly second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 The motion is carried. Okay. And so if you
Thank
would
you.
join us up front, Vern, we'll do a
Maybe one last photo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We have a reproduction of it, but you have the original already, so we'll get that to you there.
But it looks
Okay?
good.
All right,
There you
there
go.
we go. All right,
Thank you.
Thanks.
You
Thank
didn't
you again.
smile, Vern.
Thank you. Thanks, Vern. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got it.
Until we meet again.
Thanks, Vern. See you soon. Okay, in our second proclamation today, we're going to welcome up Leanne Lenz of the Center County United Way, the Executive Director. We're excited to talk about the Day of Caring. Good morning, Leanne. How are you?
Thank
Hello.
you.
Yeah,
Morning.
absolutely. Yeah.
My name is Leanne Lenz. I'm the Executive Director of the Center County United Way. This is our 28th Day of Caring annual event. Of course, last year we were unable to have the Day of Caring, and so we're really excited to be back this year. We have over 60 projects requested from nonprofits all around the county. We did do some extra outreach this year to make sure we hit some of those areas around the county that aren't really represented often. We also have over 350 volunteers registered to help out, so we're really pleased with that amount. We did have a couple of school districts that were unable to help this year, but we're really thrilled to have 350 volunteers ready to get back out there. We've got all kinds of projects. Folks from nonprofits around the county are looking for some professional projects to get done, which is sometimes a challenge, but we're really thrilled. HR Marcon is doing a roof again for one of our nonprofits. We've also got, Ferguson Township Public Works is doing some concrete jobs. We've got some power washing happening, so we're really excited. A lot of nonprofits, and I know this from experience, put all of their energy, their resources, the folks they have working, the funds that they have available into serving clients in the community and the programs directly. So some of these projects that need to get done kind of get neglected. So we're really thrilled to have the county pull together and provide that support. And it also gives folks from around the county an option to give back to the Center County United Way and then the community through volunteer work rather than, in other means. So we're happy to make that happen for others as well. We're really excited about it, October 7th, and I really appreciate the support from the county for this event. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. We're a proud partner of the Center County United Way, and it is a testament to the ability of our community to come together, if not just for one day, to do the work and build relationships. And so it's exciting for you to lead the effort. It's the 28th year, but your first one, so we're hoping it's going to be an amazing one and build on the success that you'll have for years to come. So here's the 28 years and the success of the United Way. So again, it's October 7th, Thursday, October 7th. If volunteers are volunteers still needed, or has there been a cutoff in terms of signups for that?
Technically, yesterday was the
okay.
last day, but
Okay.
if we see some more volunteers roll in, we'll find some work for them. No
Okay.
worries.
All right, sounds good. Okay, good, please.
Wonderful, great organization, and I know a lot of the charities look forward to the Day of Caring because they can get a lot of those things done that they want to finish, but, there's just the day-to-day grind that you've got to take care of. So wonderful that Day of Caring is assisting 60 different groups throughout the entire county. Thanks.
A good colonel would be proud, so.
Yes.
So over the last, and we'll mention this as well, which is fantastic, again, over the last 27 years, 65,000 volunteers. That's incredible. 65,000 volunteers completed more than 3,500 projects, saving, an estimate, nonprofits over $10 million. So that's incredible, incredible. So we look then for a motion at this time for proclamation number 30.
Motion to adopt Proclamation number 30 of 2021, proclaiming October 7th as a Day of Caring in Center County.
Big second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. And Leanne, we
you.
welcome you up to present the proclamation to you. Okay, good morning. Welcome. Yeah,
Morning,
yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. You bet. There you go. There you go.
Congratulations.
Sure,
Thank
sure,
you.
sure.
Pulling it off.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you again very much,
pulled it
Leanne.
off yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you're well on the way, though.
That's right.
Okay. For our contract today, we're going to welcome up Chad Joyce to discuss this contract with Cdwg. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning. Today I have a contract amendment with Cdwg. This is for the county's 3-year Microsoft agreement. The original agreement included Office 365 licenses to be allocated over the whole 3 years, a batch in 2020, then some in 2021, and more in 2022. This amendment would move the 2022 licenses up to this year, so we would get our full complement of licenses here in the next few weeks. That would allow us to get off of a hybrid environment where some users are in Office 365, some are not, and it's safer, more secure, more accessible as well in Office 365. It would also give us 150 Teams audio licenses, so our employees could use Teams, their clients or whoever's on the other end would be able to call in, so that's an added feature as well. And the total for the new total for the 3 years would be $477,156.29, and this would represent a increase of $48,026.96 over the 3-year life of the contract.
Okay. Thank you, Chad, for the presentation. Any questions or comments?
Just want to mention, it's a lot of work to move people from an in-house server to the Office 365. But thanks to you, Chad, your staff, RBA, we're now going to roll this out a year ahead of schedule.
Yep.
And with a lot of county staff bouncing back and forth between working in the office and being remote, the 365 environment's been very helpful. So thanks.
Well done.
Okay. All right, we look then for a motion.
Motion to add the contract amendment with Cdwg to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. The motion is carried. Chad, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, for our first item for grants, we have our Juvenile Probation Services Grant Agreement, and we're going to welcome up both Mr. Smeltzer and Terry, or just Terry? Okay, Mr. Trude from Probation and Parole. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
The Juvenile Probation Services Grant with the Juvenile Court Judges Commission in the amount of $104,043 for the period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th of 2022. And this is an annual grant.
Okay, all right. And any changes, or is it level funded, Terry?
Yeah, no changes.
No change, okay, all right. Any questions or comments?
Well, I think I just feel always compelled to think about it this way. And, and Terry, I appreciate the fact that it hasn't decreased, but our expenses have increased. So ultimately, at some point, we continue to look for some bit of change, positive change, because, you can't continue to do more with less as these programs proceed. So just have to remind everybody that a flat funding is not.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and we work constantly through CCAP with the legislature and the governor to look for increases here, but, unfortunately.
But thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Sure, okay, so we look for a motion then.
Motion to add the grant agreement with the Juvenile Court Judges Commission to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 The motion is carried. Okay, thank you again, Terry.
Thank you.
All right, for our criminal justice planning section, we have 3 items, and we're going to welcome up Carrie Hull, our Director of Criminal Justice Planning. And we do have some guests with us today for some of those items, and so if you want to run through your items, but at any point, if you wanted to welcome up the guests, that would be great, Carrie.
I'm just going to cover this first one.
Okay, great. Okay.
This first one before you is requesting approval for a project modification request to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for our comprehensive opioid abuse program funds. We call those COPE. Due to COVID, we really couldn't implement the original projects as we planned. So we're requesting to instead use these funds to do a large printing of our resource guides that I think a lot of people are familiar with. We have them for mental health, drug and alcohol, housing, and then aging. So we're going to look to distribute those in larger quantities to our partner agencies, nonprofits, schools, churches, everywhere in between, and really get those out there to help the folks of Center County know what resources are available. And then we're also going to do another printing of those little blue cards that we did as part of this original grant. Those went out in 2020 to law enforcement and first responders. But with additional printing, then we can get them also out to the same agencies, nonprofits, churches, things like that. And then the last piece of this grant, we're still going to continue as we originally planned. It was kind of put temporarily on hold, is sort of, I don't want to call it a co-responder model, but following a naloxone administration in either Bellefonte PD or Ferguson Township, a certified recovery specialist and an officer would go up and follow up with that person after the administration, trying to encourage the treatment options and kind of educate them and see if they can get them the help that they need. So we currently have $114,116 still available on that grant, and we are requesting an extension to September 30th of 2022. We did one extension earlier, if you remember, a few months ago, to extend it to the end of this month, but PCC was granted their extension from the federal government. So we're requesting to extend it through 2022, September 30th.
Carrie, I know there had been some discussions about maybe the increased distribution of naloxone. Is that not fit into the parameters of this grant?
No, unfortunately, I did check with PCCD, and they said that these funds could not be used for that purpose. So we'll have to explore other options on how to work through that.
One of the barriers to gaining naloxone, not only because it's a prescription medication, but, you know, it's an expensive one at times. And we were investigating opportunities to distribute naloxone throughout the community. A couple different possible ways of doing that, but finding grant funds to buy the naloxone and then have for instance, give an individual a voucher and they go to the pharmacy and pick it up, and then we can pay for it there. That is something I think really warrants some more conversation as we move forward and we look for other grant opportunities, because I think that would be a real lifesaver for a lot of folks in the community. Just a thought as we've moved through this process, and we had kind of been shut down through COVID to do the speaker series.
Sure. Okay. No, I think it's absolutely something we'd be willing to consider. I know there used to be a standing order that anybody could go into a pharmacy and get naloxone, but that still has to be paid for in some way. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
Okay. But so it's the funding essentially.
Right.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. All right. So that's not. Oh, go ahead, please.
So,
Please,
Gary,
yeah.
glad to hear you've pivoted and asked for the grant extension. And if I'm hearing you clearly, you'll print a lot more of the guides.
Yes.
When they're ready, I'll take at least 5 of each, help you distribute those. And then you're also, as you said, it's not quite a co-responder model,
Correct.
but you're going to provide more services for addiction in what would you say, cooperation with local law enforcement.
Correct, yes, yes.
Sounds good.
Really pleased that the federal government was able to grant this extension and passing it along to us essentially. So we'd be looking for a motion to this effect then.
Motion to approve the project modification request to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. Thank you very much for that item, and then we have 2 more. Okay.
I would like to welcome up some guests to join me for our next item.
Good morning to both of you. If you would please be willing to introduce yourselves. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. My name is Hannah Babis. I'm a local government management fellow with the Borough of State College.
And I am John Gardner, Chief of Police in State College.
Welcome to both of you. Thank you.
So this is a unique opportunity. So we are requesting the board's approval today for submission on a grant application. The title of the funding is Crisis Intervention and Pretrial Diversion Program Funding from Pccd. This is going to be a collaborative grant application from Center County, which will serve as the applicant agency because that is what the stipulation says from the grant. And then State College Police Department would actually be the recipient agency of these funds. So the grant is due this Friday, September 24th. It is for up to $150,000 for over 2 years. So it is a very unique opportunity that we could partner with the borough and with the PD to get some services out there. And I'm going to let Hannah kind of explain what their proposal is, if that's okay with the board.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
So Center County, in conjunction with the Borough of State College Police Department, is requesting these grant funds to develop and implement the state